I'm Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, the current Vice Chancellor of Makerere University.
Professor Dr. Barnabas Nawangwe. Professor Dr. Barnabas Nawangwe is a married man, born in 1956, January 17.
I was born in a remote village, as President Museveni says, in Busia district, way back in 1956. And I went.
Now, Professor Nawangwe is from a remote place. Called Busia. I don't know whether you have ever heard of such a place. Busia, there are two groups. And one group is always sitting on top of the other one. Now I'm waiting from the one on the bottom.
And I went to school at the local primary school where my late father happened to be the head teacher at that time, called Busia Integrated Primary School, where I excelled in PLE and obtained admission to Busoga College Mwiri. I spent my 6 years at Busoga College Mwiri for both O and A level. And at Busoga College Mwiri, I was a student leader. I was the president of the Students' Guild. After Busoga College Mwiri, I came to Makerere University briefly. I was supposed to go to Nairobi to do architecture, but at that time, there were tensions between Uganda and Kenya, and so Ugandan students were not admitted to the University of Nairobi for architecture. And therefore, I came to Makerere University briefly and spent a short time at the Faculty of Engineering, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering.
He is the only professor of architecture in Africa. Dr. Nawangwe has acted on several occasions as Deputy Vice Chancellor, Associate Professor.
I then got an opportunity to travel to the former Soviet Union to study architecture just after one term at Makerere University. That was in 1976. So from 1976 up to 1986, I was in the Soviet Union pursuing first the Master of Science in Architecture and eventually PhD in Architecture, which I defended in 1989 after a short stay at Makerere between 1987 and 1989.
The chairman of Masaka suggesting a model for internship where we sent multidisciplinary student brigades to every district. We have more than 130 districts. If we send 200 students to every district, not only will they learn, they will help the district, they will develop the country.
I had the opportunity to travel widely with Dr. Nawangwe, both to Norway and Sweden, when either of us, because we were the local coordinators, went to review and supervise our candidates, PhD students, both in Norway as well as in Sweden. So I found Dr. Nawangwe to be very hardworking, very dedicated academic, very reliable. In 1999, there was a possibility of me becoming a dean of the faculty. Dr. Nawangwe came through to support me to become a dean and many other members of staff. I won the election, and I was a dean until 2002, when I had to move over to the Electoral Commission upon the appointment by the President. I recommended to many of my colleagues that Dr. Nawangwe should be an appropriate candidate to take over the deanship of the Faculty of Technology then.
He was the Dean of Faculty of Technology from 2002 to 2009 and head of the Department of Architecture from its inception in 1989 to 2002. He has chaired several university and national committees, including the University Research, Administrative and Financial Reforms Committee.
2002, I became the Dean of the Faculty of Technology, in which architecture was placed. I will remain the Dean of the Faculty of Technology until 2011, when I was appointed the acting principal of the College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology.
Certainly when the election was held, he won the election. At the displeasure of course, any election will have the displeasure side, but he came through, and sure enough, the results speak for themselves.
During my time as the Dean of Faculty of Technology and Principal of the College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology, I played my role and transformed the faculty into a research-less faculty to one of the leading research units in the university and in the region. One of the most prominent products of that endeavor is the famous Kira EV motor vehicle project.
And he was the first director of the new college, which I've had the opportunity to work with him in other capacities. We've been working together on the board of UGT, Uganda Gospel Trust, which was founded in 1994, and up to date it's still running.
Practically every Vice Chancellor under whom I have served has given me special assignments of great importance to this university.
So I joined Makerere in 1987 as a lecturer and was tasked with starting the course of architecture at Makerere University, which I eventually started in 1989, beginning with 8 students. The Department of Architecture grew until its size now, where it admits up to 35 students, making it one of the biggest departments of architecture. It became one of the few, actually one of only 5 schools of architecture accredited by the Commonwealth Association of Architects, which is the most prestigious accreditation system of architectural programs in the world.
My name is Patrick James Mangeni. I come from Nahayaka in Bohehe sub-county, Busia district. I am delighted to say something about my great friend, Barnabas Nawangwe, now Vice Chancellor, Makerere University. My search for an education brought me into close contact with Barnabas. Many years ago, in 1958, I started P1, and Barnabas's daddy was headmaster of the school, Busia Native Anglican Primary School. And it was my delight to play with the tennis balls, to play tenor, as we called it, in the football field with Barnabas and his brother George. And I must say that from the very beginning, Barnabas was always a delightful person, not just to know, but to play with. He was a young man full of fun. And although his daddy was the headmaster of the section, the primary section, he didn't take that as something that everybody should know about. After Busia, we went our separate ways. And for nearly 30 years, I didn't see Barnabas. Then we met at Makerere University, where I had returned from abroad to start teaching in the Department of Mathematics. We happened again to be put together in a common area of residence. I was staying in West Road Flats, and there was Barnabas. But little did I know that he had in him the makings of not just a leader in playing tenor in a football field in Busia, but also the makings of somebody who would provide leadership in higher education. And so I have been privileged to see Barnabas grow. I pursued a career at Makerere and moved on to other universities. And Barnabas, ever so faithful, stayed on at Makerere, rose through the ranks, and as many of you know, he founded many important things. The program in architecture, the transformation into a separate college for Sedati, as he done. He did outstanding studies.
And I remember very well when we were in our UGT board, I talked to him privately. I said, Dr. Nawangwe, I have confidence that you can succeed as a Vice Chancellor of the Makerere University. You're a very dedicated person. You have grown professionally, and your track record speaks for itself. You've been a DVC, Deputy Vice Chancellor, over time now. It's about time to step in the bigger shoes.
I was appointed Deputy Vice Chancellor of Makerere University in 2013, August 1st, 2013, a position which I held until 1st September 2017. I held similar special positions all the time during my tenure as Dean, Principal, and even as Deputy Vice Chancellor, chairing special meetings of the university to solve key strategic issues that the university faced. So on 1st September 2017, I became the Vice Chancellor of probably the most prestigious university on the African continent.
Makerere, we build for the future, the great Makerere, great, great and mighty, the walls around thee, great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee.
We thank you for the gift of life and for all the blessings you give us, your love, your care, your mercy, your protection, and much more. Welcome the new Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe. We place him under your loving care. Bless and protect him as a person. Bless all the plans and dreams he has for this university.
I'm happy to pass on the mantle to Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, who has been part of my management as Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Finance and Administration. Professor Nawangwe,
allow me begin by thanking the Almighty God for His grace and benevolence in giving us our great country, Uganda, our great university, Makerere, and for enabling me to witness my own dream of becoming the Vice Chancellor of this great institute.
I want to congratulate the new Vice Chancellor, Professor Nawangwe, for being installed as the Vice Chancellor. Congratulations.
I was outside the country when the election was held, and I remember sending him a WhatsApp message congratulating him. That he's one of our own, so I still have a lot of pride in him. I've not met him physically, but I've talked to him on the phone to congratulate him. So I want to wish him very well. I know it's not an easy task, but it's not everything you do must be easy. And whatever task there is must be occupied by a competent person. And I think Dr. Nawangwe will ably serve our mother university, because all the others are offspring from Makerere University.
It's a matter of great pride for us as people come from Busia district. But for me in particular, to see that somebody whom I knew and touched and remains a great friend of mine has ascended to this higher office, the apex office in higher education in our country. I have no doubt that his humility, which he carries with him everywhere he goes, is going to see Barnabas take Makerere to new heights. I think this country and Makerere, as we look forward to the centenary of Makerere in 4 years' time, that we've got somebody in that office who embodies the original spirit of building for the future.
It is a big challenge for me as the Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university. And I have my manifesto in which I have promised to do quite a few things, not just to maintain the high rankings we have, but to further transform our university into a truly modern university. I thank all those that supported me in my bid for this job, beginning with my family, my colleagues, and definitely the council and the search committee that found it necessary and plausible that I be appointed the next Vice Chancellor of Makerere University. I thank the government and the President for his personal show of support by attending the installation and actually giving a lecture at that installation. I want to pledge that I will put all my efforts into making this great institution even greater, God being my guide. Thank you.